I'm surprised I haven't heard anything or anyone complaining about this yet, but Netflix went up again in December by I think like $4 per month if you have the premium, the with the 4K quality and all of that. So I believe now it is 23.99 or 24.99, something like that. So it's either 24 or $25 per month for Netflix. Ladies and gentlemen, Netflix is not worth $25 a month. I think I was in the Netflix haze because I've had it for so many years. It was like the OG of streaming services, so you're kind of used to having it. But if you stop and think about it, I have a feeling that a lot of you are having the same experience I have. If you look at your list, probably most of the movies you have over there are probably movies that you already own and collect on DVD and Blu-ray over the years, or you have a digital copy somewhere that you can access. A lot of their original content kind of sucks. And if you've been looking over the last year or so, when it says just added, it's like 2/3 of it is programmed from India, right? Or workout videos like you can find in the clearance bin in Walmart. Guys, wake up, okay? It is not worth it anymore. It's time to say goodbye to Netflix, okay? Just if you stop and think about it, like if you're not sure, start making a list of everything that you actually watch and start rating what you watch on a monthly basis from Netflix and say, is this really worth $25 a month? Like think about it, multiply that by 12, okay? It's a lot of money. You're spending hundreds of dollars a year on Netflix. First, just think about the value of what you're actually getting, or maybe stuff you're rewatching that, like I said, you can watch it elsewhere. Start looking on Google when you have something you want to watch on Netflix. Do a Google search and see all the different places that are streaming, and you're going to see that oftentimes that movie that's new on Netflix was just on at Max or Peacock or Paramount or somewhere else that has a much lower cost per month as far as streaming goes. Okay, and then it disappears from Netflix and appears right back on one of those. Because I've had so many of these streaming services now, and I keep noticing that movies disappear from one of my lists and it reappears in another one. So it leaves Hulu and it appears on Netflix. Then it leaves Netflix and it appears on Max. It leaves Max and appears on Hulu again, or Prime. Stuff disappears on and off of these things and just show up on another streaming service. But everybody keeps paying for Netflix because it's the one that they originally had, is like their anchor. If you get off that haze, the Netflix haze, you're actually gonna see that you don't need to pay $24 or $25 a month for Netflix. That's outrageous. And not to mention the $8 per month to have another account. Okay, guys, no, enough is enough. Second part of this rant. Amazon just sent an email out to their customers today, Amazon Prime, saying that there will be a change starting January 24th, that if you have the Prime subscription that is ad-free, right? So that means you watch all the video stuff without any commercials, that they are now going to have a limited amount of commercials, okay? So yes, so if you have the premium, not the premium that has live TV and all these other channels, just the regular that gets free shipping and all that crap, and then, commercial free, it's probably the second highest tier, because I think the next one up is the one that has like all these subscription channels and all that other crap. But if you have just a regular Prime with commercial free access to the Prime content, starting January 24th, they are going to start having commercials. If you didn't see this email, you're going to be like, what the hell? You're going to put on a show saying, and all of a sudden you're going to see commercials, and it's going to be very confusing to you because you didn't have commercials there before, but now you will, unless you pay an extra $3 per month or $2.99. Right? So they want you to pay an extra $3 per month, not for any additional benefit, just for them to not insert commercials on a plan that you already had commercial free. If you look up the definition of extortion in the dictionary, I mean, this is legal extortion, right? Oh, it's only $3. Yeah. Okay, so Netflix, oh, it's only an extra $4 a month. Prime, oh, it's another $3. That's $7. Oh, this one is going to be another $2 a month. That's $9. Before you know it, you're going to be paying, year after year, you're going to be paying $20, $30 more per month to have the same content that you have, just nothing extra, just to keep commercial free, whatever. They're going to keep adding. People used to complain about cable, but your cable bill maybe went up $5, $6 a month every 1 or 2 years, right? And you had a DVR that you had everything funneled in. You didn't have to search between 5 or 6 different streaming channels to keep track of the shows you want or the movies you want to watch. You have to keep launching all these apps to find your list. and figure out what the hell you want to watch from where, right? And don't get me wrong, not even cable needed a kick in the ass too. And I understand that streaming service gave cable a swift kick in the ass. But now streaming has become cable. They have become just as evil because they feel that we're dependent on them like we were for cable. And they think, well, we got them hooked now, so now we're going to start playing the games. We're going to keep raising the prices every year. $2 here, $3 there, $4 here. And before you know it, you're paying 20, $30 more a month every single year for the same services. Why? To watch movies that you probably already own on DVD or Blu-ray, or that, again, if you probably have one or two services, these movies are going to rotate through all of them, and you're going to be able to watch them anyways over there. So I am going to try to detox myself, and I have just canceled my Netflix account, and I just canceled my Prime account, okay? And before you say, oh, but there's free shipping and blah, blah. Yeah, you know what? I know, that's a convenience. But you know what? Amazon has become the new Sears. Sears used to be the original Amazon, right? Sears used to be the store that everybody went to. Everybody went shopping there because they had the largest amount of inventory, the newest of everything, best pricing and deals, blah, blah, until they got too big for their own britches. And they started to manipulate and change all of the rules to only benefit them. Like they only, at one point, I think they only accepted Sears credit cards. Like you had to apply for a Sears card in order to shop with credit on there. Like they decided to not accept anybody else's credit cards because they wanted to monopolize that service, those transactions. And it got to a point that people said enough is enough. And then I don't know if it was Walmart or whichever was the next big competitor. If it was I don't know who came first that gave Sears a serious kick in the ass that they needed. And all of a sudden, what happens to Sears? Give it a few years, they have basically disappeared from the face of the earth, right? So we are now at that point where Amazon has basically become Sears. They have gotten too big for their own britches. They control almost 40%, I think, of like all online retail right now. It happens through them. They have made just about every other mom and pop shop place or even other big box stores like Best Buy and things where you used to be able to find great deals almost obsolete. And now they have borderline created a monopoly, or they're just knocking at the door where they have a monopoly without saying they have a monopoly, because everybody has gotten so used to just shopping with Amazon because we just love seeing those little boxes, little smiling faces come to our doors, that we're not really realizing the damage that we're doing to ourselves little by little, okay? Because Amazon is doing things like preventing their third-party sellers, the people who sell on Amazon, right, through Amazon, they are not allowed to list their products on other websites for a better price, right? So that means that they're trying to price gouge us. They're controlling the pricing of these items that these sellers know they could sell at a better price. And now they know that they're putting it over there and it's overpriced and it's hurting them because they're not selling as much as they would have if they priced it correctly, because they're not allowed to sell that anywhere else at a lower price than Amazon, or they lose that spot. But they can't afford to lose that spot because they get so many eyeballs in there. But they're also being bombarded and buried by fees, transaction fees and listing fees and advertising fees, stocking fees, shipping fees, and all these things. Amazon has become a dictatorship for these sellers, even though these sellers outnumber Amazon, because if I'm correct on this, I believe as much as 60% of all the sales that happen on Amazon come from other sellers. It's not actual products sold by Amazon. It comes from other sellers. It might be sold on Amazon or shipped by Amazon, but they're actually third-party sellers. 60%, I believe, of all their sales come from these sellers, not Amazon itself, from their own inventory, from the items that they're buying and reselling. So to me, that says that these people, if they were to band together and say, screw Amazon, let's create our own version here where we can price and be competitive and offer a better deal to people. Who cares they get free shipping? If you're going to save a lot more on the actual item cost than you're saving on the shipping, right? Because you're paying much higher rates for items on there. You think you get a good deal, but you're not. When they say, oh, the 45% off lightning deal. Yeah, who cares? 45% off, but it's 60% overpriced. You're still getting screwed. You're still getting knifed at the end of the day at that checkout cart, okay? Folks, I'm not a YouTuber. I have no idea if 2 people might see this video, but I was so pissed and angry about this, that it's like I'm sick and tired of being taken advantage of by these companies. And I decided to put something out there and say, okay, you know what? Enough is enough. Somebody has to say something. And this is just me as a consumer expressing my frustration with how streaming services, especially these big ones and things like Amazon, are manipulating the system as always in their favor, and we're getting screwed in the end. So I hope enough people see this and they actually look at it and says, oh my God, they are messing with my Prime membership. I had no idea that I was going to start getting commercials, or I had no idea that Netflix just, snuck an extra $4 a month in there for my 4K, streaming premium membership, whatever the hell they call it. Okay, I'm telling you, I think you might have a couple of weeks of withdrawal, but you're going to see that you can actually find other services like Peacock and even Paramount that, maybe they're not to the standard, maybe of quality than Netflix because they've been around for so long. But a lot of because I had all of these, I see the same content popping in and out, but you can have both of those services for the price of just Netflix. I'd rather have those two services than just have Netflix, because I can find stuff there, and I have both of them without commercials. Okay, and the Paramount, I've include Showtime. So I think it's $12.99 or $120 for the year for Paramount Plus, and it actually includes Showtime. So you get Paramount with all those shows and their original stuff, and they actually have some really good shows on Paramount Plus that are Paramount originals only. There were excellent shows that surprised even me. And then you also get like the channel Showtime, so it has all these movies and shows that are produced by Showtime available there as well. So to me, that seems like a much better value than Netflix for all the garbage original content that they've been producing over the last few years. Anyways, that's my rant. If you didn't know, go check it out. Boycott Netflix. Get rid of it. I'm telling you, you don't need it. Send them a message. Get rid of Netflix. Get rid of Amazon Prime. Start shopping on Walmart and Target and stuff. And they have free shipping at many times at lower checkout volume, like minimum, than Amazon does. And you actually find better prices on there. A lot of times when I look at stuff, and I look on those sites now and I find it over there, get that Amazon pipe out of your vein right here. Get that out of your vein. Get that Amazon out of there. From this arm, and then from this arm, get Netflix out of there. I'm telling you, you don't need it. You will survive just fine without it. Humanity has survived for thousands of years before Netflix and Amazon, and we did just fine. Do your pocket a favor. Get rid of those two rip-off giants and start giving your money to companies that actually are trying to earn your business. This is a long-ass rant. My apologies. I hope you see it and you like it, and I hope it helps if you didn't know about these increases and these changes to memberships. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.